Hey there, from the top of my hotel in Riga, the capital city of Latvia. We've just spent the day traveling by bus from Tallinn, Estonia, southward into Latvia, through scenic forests, farmland, and along the shores of the deep blue Baltic Sea, a distance of about 200 miles or 320 kilometers. We started this journey after a hearty breakfast in our hotel in Talon. If you've seen my last series of videos, you know that I have been traveling in Finland and in the Baltic states, most recently in Estonia. Up until yesterday, I was touring independently, but now I am with an organized tour group that's providing transportation, accommodations, some meals, and the many benefits of an experienced tour director. His name is Egis, and he's from Lithuania. So let me show you the highlights of today's journey into Latvia. Tallinn is a compact city geographically, so in no time at all we were driving through the outskirts in what I thought was a very pleasant area of large single-family homes that seemed to have the forest as their backyards. I looked up this area later. It's the district of Noma and is known locally as the Forest Town. It kind of reminded me of an affluent residential area that you might find in the coastal part of the eastern United States. The landscape soon changed from residential suburbs to the Estonian countryside. An intermittent mix between cropland and dense Baltic pine forest. As we approached the town of Parnu, it was time for our first stop. A small shopping center with a grocery store. Okay, we're in a store on the road in Parnu, and I have to get a few Estonian souvenirs before we leave the country. The flag, the keychain, it doesn't appear to be taking, and a refrigerator magnet. Oh, I'd better ask for help.
Nee.
Let's try this.
Yes.
Did it work? Okay, try this one.
Yeah.
Okay, it worked. Thank you. Okay, I better switch to English because I'm on my own now. I need your help again.
Thank you. Bye bye. Pay with card. Yes.
Trying to use my card here. Did it work? I don't know. Good. All right. We're good. Got my receipt. There. Thank you, ma'am. As we got back on the road again, Egis, our tour director, gave us all sorts of information about the places we were driving through and the places we were headed towards.
So in one way we are very similar, in another way we have our distinctive features. Fruit trees, apple trees, pear trees, plum trees, and of course in the forest we have lots of mushrooms and berries. We say that our all mushrooms are edible, but some of them are just once in a lifetime. So you need to know what you're picking up. The mushroom season starts around now and continues all the way till October, November, depends when the first snow appears. And climate is rough. Also, our countries are very flat. You can see, you will not see bigger mountains. The closest mountains to us as we go south in Zakopane in Poland. That would be the closest mountains relief. Our hills is already mountains to us. We even have a saying, we are so flat that when you look through your window, you can see who's coming to visit you after tomorrow. So lots of agriculture, and this greenery, this nature, we are very connected with, is providing with lots of berries, mushrooms, all sort of berries, raspberries, blueberries, wild strawberries, three types of currant, black currant, red currant, white currant, gooseberries, etc., etc. And with the nowadays defrosting system, we can export our berries, our goodies. We export a lot of things, including pork meat. As you know, we are pork eaters in our countries. The cuisine is very heavy. If we would be feeding you every day with a local food, probably on the third day you would give up and you would say, you know, McDonald's will be enough. So we are growing our very good quality pork. Indeed, some 10 years ago, Baltics ran out of the pork meat because Scandinavians imported it all. So we were going on our knees to Poles and we're saying, can you sell us some pork? So that is one of those exports from our countries. But talking about the industry, it's not the only one. You can see a lot of trucks. It's a weekday, and that is connected to the European Union regulations. So we are basically gateway between south part of Europe and north part of Europe. So all these trucks coming from as far away as the Morocco, nordic part of Africa, lots of import into these countries from, an example, Turkey, from Italy, from Spain, all the citrus fruits, nuts, Vegetables such as aubergines are not growing here. Of course, citrus fruits like lemons, oranges, mandarins, peaches, etc., etc., has to be brought in here from south part of Europe. And in return, as we have a lot of forest, we are supplying the south part, let's say, of Europe, exporting furniture. The south part of Europe really loves our furniture. Our men have really golden hands, making tables, chairs, equipment for kitchen. That's why in the souvenir stores you'll find the wooden boards, very good, from the apple tree, from linden tree, from oak tree. That's the best one to buy. The wooden spoons, when my mom was making the jams, always we were making, she was stirring always just with a wooden equipment, with the wooden ware. So even our forks, wooden forks, you know, so from the old town, before being replaced by iron, by metal forks, silverware. So this was all wooden. Woods can be privately owned or state-owned. And some snakes, yeah, if you're going to collect the cranberries, you might meet snake. We don't have really dangerous snakes in our nature, but we have a semi-venomous snake, žaltys. I will tell you more about that as we drive to southern part of Baltic countries. But also we don't have a bigger animals. We don't have too much animals. Also it's connected to the times when in Soviet time there were no regulations, everybody was really going freely to hunt, and we hunted all our bisons. First of all, unfortunately, we try to arrange reproduction of bisons in here. We have a huge national reservation in Poland, in Nordic Poland, where there are some bisons. But other than that, we have a moose and smaller animals, wolves, foxes, wild rabbits. We have a deers. We don't have reindeers, but we have a deers, and all the little hedgehogs, lots of bugs, and so on and so on. So our nature doesn't have many animals, but indeed nowadays it's recovering because of the decrease of population. You will see on the bottom left, it's Kaliningrad. It's a part of Russia. I will explain that when we'll be driving closer to it, when we'll be already in the territory of Lithuania and Poland, when we'll be driving from Lithuania to Poland, because Kaliningrad is part of Russia which is bordering Baltic Sea, Poland and Lithuania. So it will make more sense to explain, as also we'll be mentioning more while we are in Latvia and Lithuania, and also probably in Poland. Philip will, our local expert, will talk about it. But you will see Kaliningrad, so it's good for you to have this map, because then it's really accurately showing this enclave, a special term used when the territory, part of the mainland territory, is separately from mainland. Okay, so this is my first gift today.
Thank you.
Of Latvia. And don't be surprised when you don't see it in the street signs, Riga. Yeah, because in local language it's Riia, R-I-I-A. Yeah, so in English it's Riga, but in local language it's Riia. So here is straight ahead of us the yellow building. With Marian we'll just make a turn left. I don't see any buses, so it must be our lucky day. Ah, it's okay, what a lucky day. We are VIPs. And you can see quite a huge transit because according to the EU regulations, trucks are allowed to drive only during weekdays.
Well, here we made it to the border of Estonia and Latvia. Latvia is right in that direction, and we are parked here at a kind of a rest stop type of place. I'm going to go inside and see what they've got. We're still in Estonia, but like I say, just right on the border. Kalbaja hot dog. Our tour director is describing the soup that they serve here.
With red beets, lots of dill, and also cucumbers. It's nice. No, outside, aside of it. Yeah.
Not what I would think. I'm getting two soups because I want to try both. Because I have to try the meat soup, obviously.
Hi, chicken soup, please.
Yes. Thank you for your recommendations. This is what makes it fun. So they're also just, Estonia and the Baltic Sea in general are very
A green onion, please. Thank you. So I'm about to try my chicken soup. And the truck drivers seem to like it. Now look at these chairs. At this kind of a rest stop place, we have the ladies serving up food and drink. Yes, they do have liquor. And then we have some items over here. Looks like candy, a lot of candy. In case you need toothpaste and toothbrushes, we have that. Oh, they have these chocolate bars again. And since we're still technically in Estonia, we have some Estonia souvenirs. So yeah. And over here we have a small shop with more souvenirs. A nice selection of beer, ice cream.
All right. Okay. So first of all, it starts with a mother, of course. Linda. This is the mother growing little one. Kalevi Poeg. It's a national hero in the history, in the epic, national epic of Estonia. Kalev is of course producer, but the name derives from the Kalevi Poeg, the name of the national epic.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is a mother growing a little boy who will become a national hero. And it's just another photo of him. You see, he's saving the fisherman. Yeah.
Okay.
He's protecting them.
So is this like a mythology?
It's
type of thing?
mythology, yes. The national epic has a mythology.
Okay.
Like Greek have their god Zeus, right? So they have a Kalevi poeg.
Kalev is the name of the sun.
Kalevi poeg, yes. But Kalev is nowadays name of producer of this chocolate.
Producer.
You see
Kalev that's
here.
the brand. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes. Like a little bear, but also by Kalev. Anneke, name of the girl, milk chocolate, but Kalev, producer.
All right, great. Thanks for the explanation. Then it was back on the bus to cross the border into Latvia.
And there is a border police, I see. Well, the major check was when we had an immigrants crisis several years ago, when we had a lot of immigrants coming here. And then they were very thoroughly checking buses, because immigrants were massively getting on the international buses going through the Europe and Baltic countries. They tried to get into Scandinavia through Estonia, ferry, Finland, and through Finland into Sweden and Norway. So here it is, front of the bus is already in Latvia, end of the bus is now in Latvia. Welcome. On the left side you can see what's remaining from the custom officer's office on Latvian side. So you see, Estonians were more progressive, you know. They turned it into nice canteen, into hostel, into showers for the drivers, and you see, flourishing. Well, Latvians is a little step back. So we always joking how slow Estonians are, you know, and here we are. They are leading in Baltic countries economically strongest. Because the first thing you're coming to Latvia, you can see on the right side, super alcohol store. Only alcohol is sold in this supermarket. And you see what a massive magnet it is. Look, people coming to shop here like crazy. Why? Even with buses, with trucks, organized trips, of course recreation vehicles, they're shopping here, and you can see from Finland, Estonia, Finland, because of the taxes and prices. Yes, Finland people, they're coming first of all to Tallinn, and then coming to here, just crossing the border, and immediately after crossing the border you have this alcohol store. So just like my friends coming, they're buying like 80 bottles of vodka, 80 bottles of wine, white and red, and they said, well, for the season we are set, because it's so much cheaper. We can get a bottle of wine for 4 euros, for 5 euros. It's a triple price in Scandinavia, in Finland, and Norway. Nowadays, if you go to Norway, the pint of beer is at least 10 euros. Whereas here you can go to places for 3.5 euros. We have on board, of course, the brewery expert Ted, so he can tell you more. Ted is expert in that. He visited very nice breweries in Talon. So indeed you can find nice beer, nice wine prices in our stores here in Latvia especially. So this alcohol tourism, let's call it, happening here due to the prices. Exactly. Poland will be cheapest on our tour, and we do enjoy that, and that's a process also in Lithuania. And Lithuanians are driving to Poland to purchase various items, especially food products, which are much cheaper, but that is also caused because of the euro currency. So just like in the European Union, 28 countries in European Union, 3 countries pending, Cyprus, Bulgaria, Romania, and also Schengen zone with the 20 members. Some more want to join, and also Eurozone. If I'm not wrong, today we have 21 country in Eurozone, which is, when we talk about this Schengen zone, is basically policy countries without borders, considering visas and passports. European Union of economical support, basically regulated by the treaties of Brussels, of Strasbourg, recently of Spain treaty. So it's a long development, started in 1948. And then, of course, we have Eurozone. So it's a common currency. And believe me, I find it really great. It is still controversy. Why I started it? I started it that it is by euro, because it's strong currency, but Poles did not adopt euro currency, and prices are much lower, much lower. So they didn't want that. They had also a referendum several years ago, 95% or 92% voted against euro currency. And why it is good? It is good because, for instance, when I used to have the first tours, we were exchanging money 4 times, right? In Estonia, Estonian krone; in Latvia, Latvian lat; in Lithuania, Lithuanian litas; and then Polish zloty. So 4 times. It was just so difficult, actually, you know, all these coins and everything. Now we just go through 3 countries and only Poland is in zloty. And of course, nowadays, mostly people can drive through all these 4 countries on our tour just using credit card, basically. If you're not leaving the tips, of course, which is nice. Normally the tips, if you like the service, is up to 10%. If you really like, it's 10%. But normally if I go and if I have a meal, if I like the waiting staff and the waitress served nice, I always leave nowadays at least 2 euros. Just simply 2 euro, because I know as a student, I was working very hard as a waiter. That was my first job while I was still studying, so I know what it feels like to be a waiter. But coming back to the currency, yeah, so the same process is just like here, Scandinavians coming to shop in Latvia. We Lithuanians go to those Polish cheapest grocery stores like Biedronka, you'll see Żabka, my favorite, and some other chains like Carrefour. Here we have a Maxima, Rimi, and Maxima. These are 2 now in the upcoming places where we'll be staying. So those are nicest places and best prices to shop, to buy items, like you bought liquor in Rimi, some of you. So, these are processes that are happening now. And the bad part of it, talking about euro, you know, what it honestly is that, for instance, we on our bills, when we had Estonian, Latvian, Lithuanian currencies, Poles still have their currency. What we had on the bills, I could just pull some bills from my pocket nowadays, if it was Lithuanian, let's say, currency, or Latvian, and I could start talking about history, because we had historical personalities, poets, writers, publicists, presidents, even pilots. We had pilots who were from Lithuania, who flew over Atlantic Ocean and were the first Lithuanians to fly over Atlantic Ocean. So this we lost. So we have what we have. We have Greek ruins, or Brandenburg Tor, the gate in Berlin. So this is the controversy that people still talk about, that this was our loss in a cultural way, in a historical knowledge way. But on the other hand, yes, it is comfortable to travel over the Eurozone in Europe, and you don't need to think about the currency. So those things. And well, our next stop will be a surprise stop. And in the meanwhile, my promised paper where you would write your desired topics to be discussed on a bus, and on upcoming days I will cover that. One and only chance by the Baltic Sea. Alright, so we're just making a photo stop. Here's a nice success. You will see the dunes, Baltic pines all around us. Lots of birch trees as well. Normally people in these areas, in the dunes, they are sunbathing naked. Alright, so just a photo stop, let's go.
It was an unexpected surprise when Agus asked the bus driver to pull over so that we could all go down and touch the Baltic Sea. Everybody loved it. Hey, here it is, the Baltic Sea in Latvia. And yes, the water is pretty cold.
There we go now. Don't go on. Okay. Oh, this is easy.
I did not like when you said, oh, you're running over here.
Are there other tours? Even Scandinavia? But I refused. I said, you know, if there weren't enough of tours here, yes.
Agus handed out maps of Riga so that we could start to get oriented to the place where we'll be spending 2 nights.
No kidding, come on. I would like to record those moments.
Oh, absolutely. But if you're not into music, you don't know that.
And soon we entered into the outskirts of the capital of Latvia.
Christ Nativity Church Cathedral stands. So it is also very safe city, whether you get up very early in the morning. Very often I get up, they have a little coffee station in the reception area. If they don't have, and you wake up early in the morning, go to reception, say, I would like a coffee. They will prepare for you. I always take coffee to go around 5:30. I walk out in these gardens. They have a nice flower beds and just fresh air. Birds are chirping and so on. So coming back to hotel, go Elizabeth Street to the right. Do you see number 41? Yeah, just to the right from the hotel. Number 41. And just next block, corner, you will find Lido, Lido. Lido, some of you went to Tallinn. It's all Latvian traditional cuisine. A really great place. I have people going there once, twice, 3 times to eat there. It's a self-service, but also they have, Maureen already is a fan of that pink soup, yeah? Yeah, so you can have a pink soup. They have a different soup salad bar. Always when we were students, we were going to Lido to eat because of salad bar. Why is that? There are 2 sizes of plates. They charge per plate. Salad bar. So there is a smaller plate. They charge like 3.5 euros. The bigger one is maybe 5.50. So we always took smaller ones. I do it until today. Do you know what towers I managed to build on that plate? Yes, you start like with a German potato salad, then you strengthening with the tuna flakes, then you adding some olive oils, something this, and you're building up everything, and you're putting on top something very heavy, to strengthen this mountain, and then you would go with the guilty eyes to check out. But don't feel bad, it's a plate, it's per plate, so any much you can manage to put on a plate, it's alright. And normally that small plate of salad for 3.50 is enough for light lunch. It's the biggest city out of 3 Baltic countries. Around 900,000 people live in Riga. It is moving towards 1 million. Of course, nothing like Warsaw, with central part is 2 million and 4 million with a metropolitan area. But anyway, out of 3 Baltic capitals, Riga is the largest one in the population and the measures. So therefore, we start 8:30 and we'll finish just like in Talon in 3 hours around 11:30 next to Freedom Monument, and then you're free to go.
My room is 6231. Let's have a look. Oh, it looks like a nice room. Got 2 twin beds this time. Desk. We have a kettle and coffee. Closet. Have a look at the bathroom. Get some light. Not sure about the lights. They're not coming on, but here's the bathroom. And the view, I don't know how it is. It's the city street, so that's fine. So there you have it. I just have to figure out how to turn the lights on the bathroom. Well, in the grocery store again, but this time in Riga, Latvia. And my tour director recommended 2 beers, which I'm getting. One is Seizu, and the other, the lady just helped me find it. It's called Valmir, something like that. That sure looks fancier than Seizu. Seizu looks like Bud Light, and this looks like, well, something better than Bud Light. So, there you are. Hey, did not take my American Express. After we got settled into our rooms at the hotel, Agus led us on an impromptu orientation walk into the Old Town and to the market. Ah, look what we have here. I can't pronounce it, but it sure looks good. And tomorrow, let's really go out and explore Riga. See you then.